The laugh hit like a slap. Too loud, too sharp, too intentional. They weren't jokes, they were knives, thinly veiled, dressed in sarcasm, sharpened with her approval. I looked at her across the table. She didn't flinch, didn't defend me, didn't care. "If you don't like my friend's rude jokes," she said, swirling her wine, "you can just pay and leave." She smiled like it was clever, like I hadn't sat through 10 months of these dinners, these digs, these orchestrated humiliations disguised as banter. I didn't argue, didn't speak, just stood, took out my card, paid for my meal, only mine, left the receipt with the waiter, didn't look back. Her laughter faded before the door closed. So did theirs. I stepped into the cold night air and finally breathed. The house felt colder when I returned, not because she wasn't there, because I realized I hadn't truly been present for a long time. I walked through rooms filled with things she picked out, furniture I didn't want, art I didn't understand, all curated to match her version of us. I sat in silence and thought of the small things, the turned-over phone, the shower running too long, the texts she'd smile at and then delete. I hadn't been suspicious. I'd been tired, exhausted from pretending it was fine. But something shifted at that table. The moment she invited me to leave, publicly, gleefully, she gave me permission. Not to leave the restaurant, to leave the performance. She came home late, no apology, just perfume and laughter trailing behind her. "I didn't think you were serious," she said, stifling a grin. "You're too sensitive lately." I nodded. "You're right." Then I stayed up, and I started thinking. Her phone was on silent when she showered. I mirrored it, synced her backups, quietly. 3 weeks. That's how long it took. 3 weeks of smiles and small talk while I documented the pieces. Hotel receipts, messages from T, photos he sent. She saved them, revisited them. One message read, "He has no idea. Poor thing still pays the mortgage." She replied with a laughing emoji. I didn't feel rage. I felt still. Steel doesn't scream when it sharpens. The man was predictable. Same hotel, same days, same suite. Even used his corporate card once. I booked a room on the same floor, 2 doors down. I watched them from the hallway mirror as they laughed on their way in. Didn't follow, didn't interrupt, just filmed the moment. Later, I printed it, black and white, cropped for clarity. I left the photos in her jewelry drawer. She found them the next night. Her voice cracked. "Is this some kind of joke?" I looked up from the paper. No. Her hands trembled. She waited for shouting, for a scene. I didn't give her one. "Was it worth it?" I asked. Calm. She didn't answer. Didn't have to. I served her the papers during brunch. She was with friends again. Again, same group, same table. They laughed until they saw the envelope. I walked in, laid it beside her mimosa, said nothing. They opened their mouths. I held up a hand. "I'm just paying for my meal," I said, "not hers anymore." I turned to go, then paused. "Oh, you'll want to tell T his wife messaged me back." The silence collapsed on itself. She looked like she'd swallowed a blade. I walked out slower this time. No rush. Some endings deserve a full stop. The house is mine now. Stripped it clean. Her scent, her photos, her curated life. Sold the table. Burned the sheets. Changed the locks. I don't answer her calls. Don't open her emails. She wants closure. She thinks I owe her that. But she doesn't understand. Closure isn't something you get. It's something you take. And I already did. The moment I paid for my meal and left hers behind.